you saying?
Yes, I give thanks to life as usual. Yeah?
We are here again, Ballhead and the Dread. First show of the 2023. I know people celebrate different New Year's, right? But who celebrate this one? Happy New Year. Same way, give thanks for the strength of those times. So now, if you get free time, make sure you check out short film there on the Mesh Marina. Here, I Never Knew TV. Also, make sure you support the music there from the one Autarchii, aka The Dread. EP is in the description, disrupting the status quo. Also, check out his latest music videos, which are numerous. So I guess you could binge watch on that also. Set them up. Hold the vibes, hold the realms. Fire, what we're reasoning about today?
Yes, I. Well, we are reasonable. A thing called purpose, which we understand say a lot of people in their life, they might live them whole entire lifestyle and them still not understand them purpose. I would feel like say not having a purpose is a dangerous thing. So that's definitely what we want to dig into, because I really feel like say if you not have a purpose in your life, you're not gonna really have a set destination. And then that can also make you become a danger to humanity. Yeah, it sounds extreme. No, it might sound extreme, but what is a serious talk?
No, it's not extreme because when you said that, I was getting my words together. And the word that I came up with is for this whole not having a purpose is destructive. First off, I want to say you're in a sad state as a person. It's not to cast judgment, but it's the reality, and we have to accept the realities that we're in so we could grow out of them. You're in a very sad state if you don't have a purpose. I've had for a long period in my life, I lived life without a purpose. It is not where it's at. I could tell you that straight. In regards to the focus and the vision, it's not there. In regards to your behaviors, it's not there because the purpose is not there. To kickstart off the reasoning fire, I want to say that, and I want to deal with men on this issue here, right? Leave the women to the side. This can apply for women also, but we want to talk to men specifically. Black men. Too many of our brothers don't have a purpose, right? And when you don't have a purpose, that's where this whole meaningless thing comes through with this life thing. Too many of our men feel their life has no meaning. Hence what you said earlier. If I feel my life doesn't have meaning, I'm more open, more prone to behaving in destructive behaviors. Because who cares? What's the word I always make fun of? YOLO. YOLO, or whatever they say. But that has a negative connotation because when they speak about, I guess, living your best life or tomorrow's not promised, they dealing with behaviors that totally disregard themselves and the lives of others and the lives of others related to those people. So this meaning in this group, we start off the new year with this, because I know everybody on the New Year's resolution vibe, right? But New Year's resolution is not the solution. A person needs to tap into themselves and delve in and find purpose. And I feel that the first thing one can do towards finding a purpose is focusing on things you love, like hobbies. It's funny enough how these hobbies are things that you actually love or enjoy doing transition into your purpose, and it's tapping you on your back, right? It's just tapping you there, but you want to be in denial because at the moment it may not earn an income, it may not generate praise, or you yourself don't feel, how can I do this thing long term, or you feel you don't know how to do it. But I want to tap into that later, right? One thing I want to say in regards to the importance of purpose, what I noticed from a historical standpoint, specifically with Southern and Caribbean leaders, these people had a purpose. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not promoting religion, right? In the examples that I'm giving, these people's purpose may have been tied to religion. Like, Sam, everybody I'm about to name right now, if I had some religious affiliation, which they found their purpose in. Far, am I being clear? I'm not promoting religion. I'm not saying that religious should be the essence of your purpose, but their purpose was found in religion. The bridge of Malcolm X, the great Sam Sharp, the great Nat Turner, the great Paul Bogle, all the gang. You have to say the essence of his being and his purpose was through the Rastafari movement. We have people there, my bridge there in Haiti, Toussaint. How you say his last name? Louverture? I was sure it was his last name. Bridge in Toussaint there was a heavy man in Catholicism, even though he probably mixed it up with his African vibes there with the French influence. But the man was a firm believer, because this is the thing. When you believe something, fire, when you believe something is the mission, everything that come with it, you're going to be able to endure. And that is the core purpose of, that's the core purpose of your purpose, right? When you're in tune with that thing, all the BS that come up is not going to bother you. It's not going to deter you because you believe, whether it's a man think he's ordained by God, the universe, or whatever it is, you believe this is your purpose. This is the reason for being here. And that is the biggest thing. And I will say, we have to bring in the system into the thing. They do a great job of stripping people of having meaning in their life. Because people go to work every day. If you check it, you spend majority of your time at work. You already spend time with your family and your kids, right? Because you figure you're at work from 8 to 5, 8 to 6, right? Everybody from then you got to get back home. That's another hour. So you're at 7. From 7 to 9 is not much interaction with your family. And you being around that environment, unfortunately, a lot of people work in a toxic work environment. They're doing tasks that have no meaning to them, have no fulfillment. So they get drained down and bogged down with this whole, everything is meaningless. And they don't have any meaning. And I think that's the source of a lot of mental illness for all right. People that have no meaning, that have no zest for life. And they're constantly doing tasks that are mundane, monotonous. They don't stimulate the mind. And the outcome is pointless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're literally spending your time doing a task that is pointless for all right. So that's, I just wanted to touch that to get the reason started in regards to the importance of a purpose. Why we need a purpose in our life.
Yeah, no joke. But a joke, a serious reason to. And I want to tell you, say, I find say, a majority of people tend to hear situations and different scenarios and then question it right off the top because everybody, you know, within this day and age, everybody skeptical of every single thing we come across. So, but what me, I said to the people, them know is that if you really want to understand your purpose, maybe you're not supposed to just question every single thing we hear and be very skeptical. What you're supposed to do is question everything where you do, everything where you think, and be skeptic of every movement where you make. Because you see, if you make the approach there, and you start looking inward, at them time you got to see a true purpose, you know? And you even in that moment there, you are going to get for understand if your purpose I get fulfilled, if you even have one at all, if you have something close to it. Because a lot of people think what them things say is for them purpose, is not for them purpose, you know. It's more of a manipulation take place and a type of programming and brainwashing take place, and people tend to think say them purpose. So if you ask the average person, what is your purpose? Them are going to tell you, say, them purpose have to do this. And then majority of the time, as they mentioned the workplace, I get for understand, say, a lot of people think, say, purpose is connected to an occupation. And that are the biggest misconception, because purpose and occupation, sometimes them not have nothing to do. Because you might work a particular job and you work a job, you can't tell me, say, you just get up. Well, it depends, you know, because you know, say you have leaders and you have followers, and you have good people and you have great people. So we know, say, at some given time, I want to work for a corporation, and that might be some people purposely just step on the earth, populate and make up a number. Because that's a sad purpose still, you know. But me I tell you, say, because some people reach so far in them life cycle, and them still never actually do certain activity, or them brain never actually get to that place there, them contented and happy with that. But to the original point of me I say is, if the people them start question themselves inward now, I realize them own likes, them own dislikes, and then them realize them own strength and own weaknesses, and look into themselves, and them tend to find a true purpose. And the thing is, when you find a purpose, it no must be this like a pie up in the sky thought process way most of we grew up with, you know. The thing is, the purpose might be a harsh one. And I figure, say, sometimes when one look internally and see the purpose, they realize, say, something harsh them have to do, or some form of sacrifice have to go make. It's like them get turned off from fulfilling them purpose, so them come up with a substitute purpose, and then I realize that life not really work the way they need it, you know. So, because that's one thing with the human beings. Some really feel like, say, once need to sit down and meditate, and the way how you criticize people, you're supposed to criticize your own self. And the way how you analyze people and know what people are do, you're supposed to analyze your own self, know what you are do, and them time you have to find a purpose. And then it have to reach to the stage of how you have to act by your purpose. Because you see, anybody who truly act on them purpose in their life, no matter how ones want to see it, no matter how long it want to take, it always have to turn out to be some form of great fulfillment. And there I mentioned something key earlier with this institution, because majority of time, people who truly find them, they mention more martyrs still, because most people that say, if you mention martyrs, it kind of not fear, but I really and truly, them they like the great leaders, them would exceptional at what them do, but them know for them purpose, and majority of the time for them purpose come with by any means necessary. Not just to say that because you mentioned Malcolm X, but it kind of cover every single body where I mentioned before. And that is an approach where anybody who want to find themselves or find them true purpose need to understand, say, by any means necessary, if this is my purpose and I understand and analyze, so this is my purpose, you have to find some form of ways how to get to that. Even if you don't understand the institution, we're going to guide you towards the purpose there, you know?
No, reality meets fire. And I wanted to elaborate on the part you touched on, right? In regards to some people get exposed to their purpose, right? But it scare them, because I can speak from my own personal experience. I know that something, if I did the sports thing, you do the business thing, something always was telling me about this whole little, interview thing, film thing, and this education thing. But to me, it was just so random because one, the money's lower. That's the first thing, because this is the thing. Because we grew up in a capitalistic society, everything is this money thing. Don't get it twisted. You need money to provide, right? But there needs to be a balance in regards to money and mental health, balancing your talents and all these things. This guy, Chris Hedges, he wrote numerous books. One of the books he wrote that is very powerful, Empire Illusions. He speaks about capitalism, how it kills creativity. You have all these kids that go to school and they just disregard all their talents and skills for the sake of getting an income. And he said it's very destructive for the collective society and for the internal person. But sometimes you get these visions and you get these little sounds in your mental, but we're very good at ignoring stuff. We're very good at ignoring stuff. And I think now that because we're so overstimulated, people aren't tuned in to themselves and the frequency, and they're not hearing certain sounds. And when you do hear it, you deny it. But I want to be clear disclaimer. I'm not telling anybody to quit their job. Nobody. I ain't not telling nobody to quit their job. Nobody, we're not going down that route, right? But what I'm saying is you should spend time towards your purpose, and because I believe you definitely, especially in this time and space, you could definitely have a job with an income and at the same time participate in your purpose, because we need money to live and take care of families. Just the reality. How much money we need to live now is different. How much of my time is taken to generate this money, and how does this take away from other aspects of my life? I think that's the next level we need to get on. But yeah, back to this purpose thing, man. Like I went through a period of my time in my life where I would be highly successful in the heights, specifically Americans, right? I've had all the trappings of success, but I definitely dealt with an emptiness because I wasn't dealing with the thing that I have inside of me. And I will say this, man, I'm not trying to give you no pie in the sky story or no feel good story, but I'm just getting the reality. I am at a better place in all aspects of my life because I'm living within my purpose. I can clearly state that, right? From a spiritual level, from a mental level, from my family to my children to my friends to everything. I'm just in a better state collectively because I'm living within it. And because I'm living within it, and all my behaviors are aligned with my purpose, me specifically, I can't talk about the next man, but I notice I'm more disciplined because my actions align with my purpose, not no random actions or certain little behaviors that don't have nothing to do with the purpose, right? Also, the things I was scared about, because we have to acknowledge we do have fears, we do have concerns. The things I was scared about because I've been so immersed in my purpose, I learned how to do. That was my biggest thing. Like, all right, like I have these ideas, but like, how the heck do I do this thing? Then the thing I struggle with most is that all my time had to equate with profit. I was really wrapped up in that little realm right there, right? And it get a little dangerous, to tell you the truth, because for me, what they say, no, whatever time is money and all this, I live by that fire. If I wasn't making money, I wasn't doing it. And if you sit back here and admits that, you don't know how much I limited myself in regards to exposure and even in regards to making money in the future, because I was so tapped into this hustler mentality with this constant flipping and this and that. I was not I was averse to put myself in a situation where I would have to build a skill, build a new skill to make money in the long term. And obviously, your purpose doesn't necessarily lead to you generating money. I was just using it as a personal example. But the thing that you love to do, the thing that's in your heart, and another thing, think about the things you want to do as a child. I think we get so far removed from those things, you know, like we get so far removed from those things, and not what your parents wanted you to do, right? Not what your neighbor wanted you to do, what society expected you, the things you generally wanted to do, and start kind of tapping into those things on a hobby type vibe. Because men need hobby, men need outlet. You need healthy outlets. Too much stress and too much pressure.
Well, all right, like, you realize, I'm love how they emphasize on even the man them, because one thing I realize, you see, especially if a man, we know I think men lead most of the household them in a certain way, you see? Because men supposedly if be this strong, you know, them have them whole personality set, them have them masculinity, and them supposed to be this macho leader type, you know. But you find say most of the time when men misguided and them don't know them true sense of purpose, it mislead people faster too. Let's put it the way there. It's mislead people faster, because if a man not having purpose, him woman not go truly have no purpose neither too, you know. And him youth now have no purpose same way, you know. And them thing that we are talking about, say the thing trickle down. So enough time people are now overstand say you not having purpose, it's not only something for do with you, you know. It's something we can extend beyond beyond your generation. And you not having purpose is a thing we can reach your youth them. I guess when time that happen now, cause enough you engrave it, kinda engrave in enough youth brain said why it just come to earth and don't have no purpose. This is what you're supposed to do. This is where the status quo tell away. And that's why we even did say disrupting the status quo, because we have to think about purpose. Because we have to think, say, oh, did I mention it? We don't want us to do things for capitalistic sake. We don't want us to do things because this is the trend where it take place. We want to do something beyond where I go get highlighted in the media just for today, for 2 days. We want to do something where give we a sense of fulfillment, where can make we feel nice when we don't do it. So I them think that enough ones to overstand. I realize that this purpose thing is not just a normal discussion. It's a discussion where you really need to spend your time and own it and craft it out to the best of your ability for you, because it's like the thing crazy how much people have about tell us walk up and down like some little zombies in a fire, and them not even have no train of thought. And you know say when time them not a train of thought now, it's like them just get captured. And when time you can talk to people and know, you know, because when you talk to people, you know who have purpose or who not have purpose, you know. When they ask some question or them ask you some question, you can see the demeanor of a person with have purpose. Them know say, all right, you know, say today me not in a quarreling with the person, yeah, because I can't afford for in a quarreling with the person, yeah, because me it gonna stop me, or it gonna make my brain get too negative. It gonna turn me away from what me did at earlier. So them type of thing that make you more nonchalant, and then you can get time breathing room for add on to the purpose itself. Basically, people who don't have no purpose, them tend to be very arrogant. Them tend to be very strong-willed, but not strong-willed in a positive way, you know. Strong-willed in terms of you can't tell me nothing. Them not open to the whole process of learning and the vibes that them give. And I say them extremely violent, because one, them knows that them not do what them heart truly desire. And then when it comes to them not being happy now, the average person not being happy, want to ensure say that the type of unhappy behavior is a contagious thing. Because of that, you know, unhappy people are like, for no say them alone unhappy, you know, them want to make sure say, oh, the man over there, so him have to unhappy too. The girl over there, so she have to unhappy too. So them type of thing the way people do it don't have purpose, end up I do. So when our solution, and I tell everyone say, I know say everybody no skill to a particular level. You might not even have to be educated from a particular standpoint or literate to a particular level. That purpose not have to do nothing with that, because sometimes that's just a big misconception. One's supposed to have a vision. What is the vision where you have towards your future? And if you can think about the vision where you have towards your future, whether it be, or not even whether it be, you have to start out short term and then move on to the long term. Because sometimes we always have, excuse me, talk about some goals what we want, talk about some things we want to achieve, and it's in the long term. And it's because we put all of them in the long term, we now overstand it. You never, ever gonna reach that because what? There's no build up step towards that. And you can't find a purpose if you never build up step because you can't just left from a man without purpose to the boy. Malcolm X was Detroit Red. He never did just get up tomorrow morning after them threw him in a jail and say, all right, me no longer Detroit Red. I want to be Malcolm X. No, it did have to be a process. He did have to go read some book. He did have to go sit down in himself and meditate upon him thing. He did have to go listen to the reasoning where the man from Nation of Islam did give. He did have to go meds up certain things. What he want to do with him life. What he want to transform him thing. Which organization he want to build. How he going to set it. And then he realize that when him left from even prison and him come in and him start farm up all of these different chapters and things, it did have to have a process and a build-up way because him couldn't just go in front of the people them and never present something palatable for the people them. All of that did have to come from the dome and then it start build up a working way. But at that, I feel like the people them afraid of the most in a fire. The whole build-up process because if you find a purpose, it might be too hard to sustain it.
It's not even. All right, you mapped up the whole thing. There's not much for me to elaborate on that. I just want to say one thing before we finish out is that you have to make realistic. You mentioned the goals and you broke it down in regards to time frame. You have to make realistic short-term goals, especially if you're a person that's not goal-oriented or you're not a disciplined person. So let's use weight loss. That's a big thing. That's the most basic thing. Everybody into this weight loss thing, right? All right, if you're 100 pounds overweight, right? I think the first thing is you have to focus on like what aspects of your life can you change? Don't focus on the weight. What aspects of your life can you change that would lead to weight loss, right? So basic things would be this. You have to work out. And if you're at a weight where you can't work out, you would have to walk, right? You would have to find out some way to reduce calories. You have to find some way to separate yourself from environments or people that lead you to have high calorie intake, whether it's drinking. Thursday, some people go out Thursday to Sunday. Maybe you should go out Saturday. You get what I'm saying, Fire? It's like, I think the biggest problem is before we even get to the discipline, restructuring your behaviors or making a system itself, right? I don't sound like no self-help guru or not, but seriously, making a system that would lead to the outcome. I think it's too many times this is obsession with the outcome, and we're not focused on those small actions that will lead to the outcome. And like, that's what I've learned. I'm a highly, whatever, I don't know the term you want to call for. I get a lot of stuff done, right? And the reason I get a lot of stuff done is that I really focus on the small things that I focus on the tasks. As long as I'm completing these small tasks, they're going to lead to the end result or the goal I want to accomplish. I may not have the outcome that I want, right? But regards to the goal, the thing I want to accomplish, it leads to completing that task. I'm a person, I take my health seriously, so the things that I do, obviously I cook food, I pre-make my juices, I make sure I go to the gym. That leads to me having better health and a stronger immune system. I just can't focus on the immune system fire. I have to focus on the things that lead to me having a better immune system or having a healthier body. Relationships with my offspring. I spend time with the offspring, which leads to a better relationship with the offspring. I can't just sit and say the goal, I want a better relationship with the offspring. I have to do the things that lead to that relationship, and stick with it. And I think that's the thing people need to understand, Far. Stop putting, the source of it too? Two things, Far. I ain't trying to stretch out the argument. Comparing yourself to others that have been doing it way long and God knows what else that they've been doing and what they endured. And also, Dr. Dot says something brilliant. I'll put the video should be up soon. Make sure you check it. She was saying how, like, the reason we're impatient is to impress others, Fire. We're such in a rush to show people what we're doing, and it's taking us away from the process. It's taking us away from the steps that we need to get to that goal. You can shortcut it So it looks like something's accomplished. You know it's not accomplished, and you will be exposed because you see that shortcut don't have no long. I don't know how it works in nature, far. That shortcut don't have no long-term stay. Easy come, easy go. It is what it is. So you need to set up a system with steps and fight your best. And set up a system that you're able to do too. Don't go check no extreme person. You see this internet thing kind of crazy too, yeah. It kind of wicked still. Because you have these crazy extreme examples of things that are not sustainable. I don't even know if the person who's telling you to do it is doing this thing. But you need to find sustainability. You need to, there we go. You need to find a system that's sustainable for you, that you can hold on to. And tap yourself on the shoulder when you show signs of improvement. Tap yourself on the shoulder when you actually stick to it and accomplish those goals. Stop looking at what everyone else is doing. Yes, the next person may be moving faster than you. That's their business. That's their tribe. Focus on and give thanks for the improvement that you're making. And if you stick to it, you will be improved, because that's all you can focus on at the end of the day for you being a better person. I can't focus on being better than Farhad. This is Farhad of his old tribe. We're all unique in our own way, Fire. Think coffee. All right.
I fox there talking about, because remember say every single, actually out of human beings, as we say, the few percentage who really find them purpose, it have to do with them. It have to do with them. That's the key part of it. Your purpose can do with nobody else. Nobody else want of you or think of you or expect of you. And at them part, them feel, because there's no way in earth, you know. We're all human beings. We have different emotions. We're happy sometimes, we're sad sometimes. As I say, we laugh sometimes. But there's no way, even though you're a human being, no way you can have your true purpose or find out your true purpose and it make you stress. It make you more stress. No. That not in that, because if me overstand say, all right, that's a random weird example. If me overstand say, boy, I want to build a pool in my place and me have a house with a pool, I realize me have to go mix up some cement and some mortar and all of these things. That's what you have to go do before you can deal with it, because the pool have to have an infrastructure first before it can get to the full levels where you have all of the different details then where you need for chew in the water, don't it, so things can circulate. So them no overstand, them feel like say, you just say, all right, boy, you know some more on the pool, them have to just get up and the pool I go just dead it. Yeah, it no matter how long you mix matter for, you know, you just overstand say, yo, this a part of the process, so it will never stress you. You just know say this is the timing where it take, and then if you use a person now where come in with organization, you don't understand say, well, if you do this particular approach, you might get to finish it faster. But if you take this approach, it might take longer. But which one is more secure? So a person with purpose always think about the next step. As there is a task, them always think about the next step, and it's very crucial. Say your purpose not can't stress you out, because if this you design or you RD or build for, there's no way it will add on stress to you. It's just that you need to find different ways of think about to get into this. And it might seem like an ABC thing, you know, but the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I realized a lot of people always want the easy road. Them vibes get thrown off when something with them not expect come in the way. And that them not overstand. Say, yo, obstacles have come in the way, you know. And that's part of life. It's like every day me hear people are cry about these different things. Not unique about it. If things don't work, so what if your car did break down? So what if you did lose a family member 10 years ago, or you did lose a brother when you there tried your thing? No, it's so, again, these examples might be extreme, but it is life. Everybody have to deal with losses. Everybody have to deal with gains at some particular time. You have to have ups. You have to have downs. Your mood have to in this particular way. Today you're not going to feel like roll up out of your bed, but you have to get up out of your bed regardless, because you have to do things same way. So just like how if you not feel to get up out of your bed when a work time come and the alarm they go off, you know, while late, because if you're late, you probably not get the money where you need to get. And the approach there you need to take when it comes towards your purpose. if it rain a fall, if snow a fall, if sun a shine, you know say alright, we still have to get this thing done. And you make up your mind say them type of thing you get done. And it no matter what coming out the way, and it's no crying. And that's that the thing, you know. You can't continuously cry. Well, crying is a natural emotion. I mean for say you can't do that, but the constant complaining then make me say.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, I just that.
No, reality meds fighting is just a thing. Where is that? There's so many factors, and I think that's why important. You need to align yourself with somebody that have sense. I don't want to use elder no more, because that term kind of wishy-washy. All right, good. Like I'm not going to use elder for 23. Good, yeah. That one kind of ran its course, but no, you really need to align yourself with some people that's progressive, some people that's rough and tough and meek and mild, because as you stated, you're speaking about a characteristic that most people don't have, is just that toughness. I think for too many men, toughness is temper tantrums, fighting and banging your fist against other people's face or the wall or whatever you hit, but I mean that genuine toughness, like fire, regardless of what's going on, this is going to get done. Yes, I know this is not my plan, but this is going to get done. I understand that, man, this is a drag, but this is going to get done. Instead of the why me. It's too much why me, yeah. Cause I had that earlier on in my life, when I didn't know why me, like some unique attack on me and my Christian brothers and sisters. Y'all need to leave this devil out your life, yeah. Because I don't think he's that important for the devil to be attacking you every day. Everything is the devil and the Satan thing, and why is it just light fire? Or why didn't you just
them think about devil more than God?
Yeah. So I think we need to leave the devil alone, But yeah, I just to sum it all up, Farai, you need to find your purpose, and if your purpose has been tapping on your back, you may need to answer, right? Don't be scared, don't be deterred, because when you start it, you'll be shocked. That's the thing. When you start these things, you'll be shocked how things just start to happen as you put more energy into it. Because remember, a lot of things you're not well versed at, you haven't put a lot of energy into it. You may have put your toe into it for a second, and I guess you didn't turn into some superstar. You expect that was going to happen, but when you actually put effort, I use this analogy with kids with video games. All parents listening to this probably can relate. Some of your children are experts at video games, probably can go into the professional realm. Why? Because they play it all day. Play the video games all day till they got corns on their thumbs, right? But they're excellent at it. Why? Because they put time. All the obstacles that come with that game, they gonna go online and read. Then the new thing they're doing now, they're gonna watch somebody else play it. You agree what I'm saying? They're a student, research and development. Research. All right, they do research, but with the game. Not reality meds, but I use that analogy with kids all the time because they can relate, but it is true. I think we spoke about it before. Some people are excellent broadcasters of news, right? Gossiping and all that, because that's what they do 24. They're immersed in gossip. And if we could just take some of that time back and put it in something else, it'll be better for your mental health in regards to that fulfillment. That's what people are missing. They're missing that fulfillment. They're missing that meaning, right? You need meaning in this world to get up when it's raining, snowing, good, bad. Well, you need meaning, and the meaning is aligned with your purpose. And when you align with that purpose and start working within it, start getting discipline. Ain't nothing more dangerous than a disciplined man fighter. Ain't nobody say nothing to a disciplined man fighter. They're dangerous set of creatures, yeah. A disciplined man. And that's what you want to be. You want to be a disciplined man. Be a disciplined person. Have discipline in your life. Too much undisciplined people out there fighting. All over the place doing all type of things. And it hasn't been working for you. If we truth be told, it has not been working for you, fighter. When you tap into that discipline, when you're a real soldier, fighter, is on the heights. More confidence, more self-worth. As you stated earlier, people without a purpose is just like, you're not engaged in certain activities because you have a future. You want to protect something. I just don't want to blow it away. And hence that's the source of a lot of the violence. Nah, nothing to protect. They don't care. So man just bleeds up and basically just carry on people because he don't care. He don't have no future. He have no meaning to his life. We need to bring some meaning to our life, some purpose. So the thing said, a good topic, fire, good reasoning still. I'm sure you want to touch something else, or you good?
No man, I the same thing. We are gonna regurgitate in a different way. No fire. Cause full of the day, we can say all we want to say. But you see, knowing your meaning for life, fire. Just like nothing can greater than that. You done. It's like you done. You have a tunnel vision. You know which part you want to go. What the why to waking up every single morning, and there's nothing more crucial than that. Why me get up, or why me there at this place? Why me I do this? And then you just start have more questions and more questions for yourself. So you see, each the more question you have for yourself, you just try fine tune every single thing. And I just a step by step thing. Me I tell that him said, I just that alone, I just dep on a mission this straight through. Yeah, you go hit the jackpot.
You make me laugh. That's the buzzword. Why? It's alright. People say why. If they hear blowing in the wind talking about why. But so the thing said, we give thanks for everyone tuning in. Make sure you check out short film there on Mesh Marina. Story of Jamaica's most famous shirt, the Mesh Marina there. I Never Knew TV. Check out music here from the one Autarchii.
Yes, I.
Latest EP here, Disrupting the Status Quo. Also, if you get time, I could get free time. I know everyone's busy. Make sure you scroll through I Never Knew TV. We got enough things there. Brand new reading from the one Everton Blender. Jackie Jackson, one of Jamaica's greatest bass players. Inspiration to the one. Austin Family Man, Barrett and Robbie Shakespeare. Iree's in there. Enough history. Treasure Island there. Whole rock steady history. Dr. Dot is back. Who else we got? Fire Muda always there, same way. All of her like stuff. Enough reasons there. Make sure you check it out still. But definitely also make sure you get up on your ball, hitting dread, and make sure you download and take it in. Share it with your brethren and sister. We give thanks for all the support from those times till now.